Okay, sorry guys, I was supposed to do I said I was going to do a part 2 of what I was talking about in the last stream. And I would have done one sooner, but I haven't been sort of dressed and had makeup on, so I thought I'd wait till the next time I was all dressed and had makeup on and shit. Because of my eczema being bad and everything. I'm sorry, I've got a rash here. I guess it came off. I put makeup on, but it's come off and it's all bloody rashy now. My mum's tied the table, which I am not happy about because that means all my stuff is gone. Do you know what she put? She even this one that I drew. If I can pick the damn thing up, that would be fantastic. Damn thing. I drew a picture on here. Here we go. That's it. That's my new character, Jack. I'll talk about him in this stream as well. And I drew this fresh. Now, this particular journal is a journal whereby you can write in it or draw in it, and then you can, I don't know, take a picture of it or something. And on this app, this special app that belongs to this particular journal, it's like a high-tech journal, you know. And you can save all your diary entries in this on the app on your phone, and then you can erase it. And you've always got a journal. You can always reuse it over and over again. So I never have to buy a journal ever again. I can just keep writing in this, taking a picture with the app, and then it stores your diary or journal entries or drawings in the app, and then you can just erase this on this, and then you can, rewrite again, so you'll save a lot of money on journals because I've bought like a million over the years. This one's my latest one that my mum actually bought me 2 Christmases ago from Sainsbury's online. And I've only just gotten to this one now. I've just finished writing in the other one she got me that year, the year where she had her hip break. Okay, before I get into the main topic of this here live stream, I'm going to show you my latest character. I'm going to sit down for this. I've got loads of art. I just realised it's upstairs. Okay. Should I turn it around for this? It'd probably be easier to turn it around. So I showed you that picture, but I'll show it you properly in a mo. Okay, this is him. So I got the idea of one of the conversations that Jeremiah had with his daughter is that she's not allowed to date. So I thought, how cool would it be if a boy came along and Jeremiah's daughter Janice started dating him. So this is the guy. I couldn't think of what to call him. I was going over a few names, and my mum pitched in a few as well. She suggested Jerome at first, but then we decided on Jack in the end. There was a few names. No point in mentioning them now, I suppose, but one of them I thought of was Billy. Oh, stop it. When you're quite finished, that'd be fantastic. So this was actually drawn several days after that because I made this. Well, I didn't make a stupid error, really. I mean, how was I to know? But the original one that I drew of him, I laminated, and it just screwed it all up in the machine, so it was all ruined. I can show it to you if you like. It looks really bad. It looks really bad. I'll just go get it. My mum rescued it from the stupid laminator. Really pissed. Because I love the original so much. I've warmed up to this one now. I like this one very much. I like this one. I prefer it actually. But at the time I was really devastated because I preferred the original. But that's him, see, he's all screwed up. I tried to rescue him by cutting open the lamination, but it just tore away the top half of the paper with it. I thought maybe if I could take him out of the lamination sheet, I could unscrunch him up and put like a heavy book or something on him and save him, but that didn't happen. It's completely stuck, and it's just going to tear all the ink off. I don't know what you call pencil stuff pencil ink, I'm just going to call it because I don't know what it's called. But it's such a shame. Yeah, don't do that. I won't be able to watch if I'm streaming on here. I'll probably come into it later. I've got to do dinner and everything. I'll have a look if I can, but I'm going to be live streaming for a bit, so sorry. I mean, you can watch it later, I suppose. I'll try and get on anyway. Look at his cute nose. Anyway, so I thought he looked more sort of like a sullen, sort of grumpy teenager. Oh, look how cute he is. He's so cute. It's come up all right, actually. He was really scrunched up, but I've managed to unscrunch him quite a bit. It's just such a shame. I've actually just been pulling at it. It's like a lot, and it's actually helped a bit. Pulling at it. But you can see him. I mean, you can see him well. I actually did the intelligent thing of taking a few pictures of him. Oh, they're not very good ones. Ones in this light, unfortunately, and not the good light. His eyes are actually saved because they're not prized to the lamination paper. It's actually got a bit of, I don't know what you call that, like bowing going on there. So his eyes are actually saved. He's so cute. Adorable. So he looks more like a sullen teenager there. He's about 30. He's supposed to be about 13. See, that is the original date that I drew this one, but the other one I drew like a couple of days later when I ruined this one. I was so excited to laminate him, because obviously I was afraid I had to be very gentle with him because I thought he was going to get bent and ruined. So I was really eager to laminate him, and I wish I hadn't now, but oh well. So obviously he and Jeremiah would butt heads because, you know, he's like shit. It's like not a, you know, he's like a bad boy type as well. I don't know, which do you prefer? Like, I know to most people, they'll think, oh, he looks just the same, but to me, it looks different. Similar, but different. But this had just more like the look that I wanted. But I actually really like this one anyway, as a separate entity, I guess. How much of I walk if mobile internet holds up? Okay, that's great. Graphite or graphite. I actually don't know how you pronounce it. Graffiti, graphite, graphite, pencils. Medium. Rather than an actual name for the stuff. I don't know. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. Graphite. It's a shame that you can't just go to a place where, you know, they have a laminator and you use their laminator like they used to. I'm afraid to. I mean, I tried another one. I tried what do you call it? Like a test one. So I just put a blank piece of paper in a lamination sheet and I fed it through the thing, and it just did the same thing and just screwed it up again. It's still stuck in there because I haven't gotten my mum to rescue it yet. But I'm afraid to use it now. I think it's just broken. I'm not sure if it's supposed to, but its lips are sort of bowing like this. I think a lamination thing is supposed to be completely thing. You can see like the things inside of it, the round things on a, I don't know what you call them, a thing, a thing that you feed it through. You can see them, the orange round things, and it comes through that, and it just gets sort of, there's like a thing in the way, and it just gets caught on that, but it keeps getting fed through, so of course it just gets more and more screwed up. It's terrible. I'm going to be afraid to laminate things. I've always been afraid to laminate things because the laminator has ruined things before. So anyway, so you've seen him now. So now I can show you the other pictures. So I did that on that because, like I say, you can put it on the app. But look at the eyes. That's what happens if you touch it time after drawing on this, because it stays wet for a while. So this is actually quite inconvenient, because if I was to write in this as a journal, I would maybe write a page, but I would have to leave it there for days until it's dried before I can do this. Pages stick together. and go like that. I'm still afraid to do that, you know, because I'm sure that it's still wet. I drew that about yesterday, I think. So that's definitely still wet. You can see the shiny. Oh, you can't see it now. When it hits the light, you can see it's shiny. So it's still wet. Still wet. And that does not say the 27th of February, I swear. That's just how I write my ones. I try not to. So this is just an example of what it would be like if he had a pup. He had a little pup with Jeremiah's daughter, Janice, which isn't going to happen. But I just thought it would be cute to draw it. There you go, shiny, shiny, shiny. You can see that I just drew that paw today. I thought, oh, so cute. But you know me and my weird thoughts. It's horrible, but I had this horrible thought. It just came in my head. I don't do it deliberately, but it's just quite upsetting thoughts sometimes just pop into my head. Not as often as they used to. I used to suffer with this as a teenager, where horrible thoughts would just pop into my head. And it'd be like, get out of my head, I hate it, you know. And I had one just recently. It was quite upsetting. Basically him throwing the pup across the room. I know, that's really horrible. It just popped into my head and I hate that thought, you know, because it's so cute. So I'm not entirely happy with this drawing. So I'm going to do a better one. Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible when you get thoughts like that. Luckily, I don't get them very often. That's the first one. Oh, I've had other horrible thoughts, but like bad things happening to me rather than evil thoughts. Okay, so I've got a drawing pad here. Isa would like this one. Look, some Furfa-Puffers. I can't find the latest thing I've done. Oh, there we go. So you know I'm doing this comic on this one. Not really happy with this drawing, to be honest. Help. I'm trying to find the back sketch. I think we agreed this one was the better paper. So I'm going to attempt to draw that again, but a better version. Because although you can scrub it out and do it again, it's a lot harder than with a pencil. And it's official, I have no idea where I got these lovely pencils from, but we know that it's zebra. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell my mum, and she'll probably search for them on Amazon and maybe be able to get them. I have no clue where I bought them. I thought I'd bought them from Asda, but I've just been there today and I had a look. Both times I've been about 3 times, and I can't find these. So I'm really upset. Then I was convinced I got them from the co-op, but I've not been able to see them. The only problem with them is that the rubber is really crap. The rubber will actually scrub off the top layer of the paper, and the paper, or even the pencil graphite, and dabbing it with some saliva and getting it off every single time. And even then, and it's just inconvenient. So that's the only problem with these particular ones, but they're much better than those other horrible ones that don't even draw very good. Like, they're just so fadey and rubbish. I'm going to just get some Actimel and let the thing fall on the floor. Yeah, that's great. I used to get compulsions to throw things from high places, even if it was like a favourite toy. Oh, God. That is horrible. I hate things like that, involuntary compulsions. Do you know, I've got one for you, and it's just recently started happening to me. I have this compulsion to skip 2 stairs on the big staircase, and even other staircases too, but it's even worse when it's the big one. I'll just be happily gliding down the stairs with my walk that's very sort of deliberate but also automatic at the same time, and it's really fun, and you think, you think, oh well, I'm so in the habit of doing this now, I'm kind of safe and feel secure doing it, and then the next minute I'm deliberately skipping 2 steps, and it's terrifying. It's like my legs have this compulsion to just skip 2 steps, and it's really scary. I feel like I'm going to go falling down the stairs. It's horrible. I hate it. My mum's cheeky. She thought I did it because I'm getting older or something. So I don't think getting older has anything to do with it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing it if I'm doing it. And this other thing that's happening to me now that's not exactly a compulsive thing or anything, but I'm starting to get these weird discomfort thing in my lower body. I'm experiencing now. So first it felt like as if my organs were being crushed in my lower body by my spine, because my spine is like that. Oh, that's great. It's like that. So everybody else's is probably like that. But mine is like that, so my spine goes really inwards at the bottom. So of course when I lie down, because my belly isn't big, when I lie down on my front, it's going like that, and I guess it's crushing all my organs at the bottom in my lower body. It's like backache, but it's not my back that hurts. It feels like it's more further in. So I'm assuming my organs are being crushed by my very inward spine. So that's been a problem. So now I'm experiencing that funny feeling. Shooting pains in my bladder area. And horrible shit. I know. I know what you meant. So really what you're supposed to do when you lie on your front, you're supposed to, so your spine is evened out, you're supposed to lie on a pillow under your belly area so that your spine doesn't go inwards while you're lying on your front. What the hell's UTI? Never heard of that before. And then the same when you are lying on your back, you're supposed to have a pillow under your knees. So that your back will be sort of virtually like that. Whereas I guess if you lie on your back straight, your back goes like that again. I'm gonna have to scrub all that out later. Ugh. So that's your legs straight, and then your back goes inwards like that. No, wait, that's not right. Sorry, I've done it wrong. Like that. Hey, I was thinking that. I should have known. Urinary tract infection. Yeah, I was thinking that. Because I do actually, well, this might be a bit private, but I do have like a painful urethra tract. It is painful. Now, normally when I wash that area, that pain goes away. But this time it hasn't. After having a shower, I felt much better last time, but it's not working this time. So I'm kind of worried about all these pains. I've also been on about 3 very heavy periods in 1 month, and I'm still spotting blood now. I told my mum about it, but she didn't seem to be that concerned. She thinks it's normal. I tried to tell her. I'm really not happy about that. I really don't like the idea of things going inside of my body, to be honest. And then things going like that in my cervix. I'm not really a big fan of that happening. It doesn't take much to get one. I've been on antibiotics before. Thrush. Oh, great. So how would they actually diagnose me? They're not going to have to put things inside of me, are they? Ugh, the idea of that makes me panic. I suppose I'll have to tell the doctor. I'm not happy about it at all. I'm not happy about it at all. I really don't like it. Although I'm not afraid of doctors or anything, I'm more afraid of what they're going to do to me if they have to probe my insides. You'd think in this day and age that it'd come off with a better way of testing you for things without having to put things inside of you. I've always said if it was a man, they'd have come up with things that are better. A better way. It's without sound. What? It's not muted. It'd be super easy to diagnose without internal rummaging. Good. Okay, I'm gonna try and draw now. But I should talk about things because it's been like 22 minutes, 21 minutes, according to this. So I should probably talk about the thing I'm actually supposed to be talking about. I will draw in a minute before people get bored and think, oh no, this is not what it says it's about, and go away. Oh god, yes, I can feel the pain right now. Nice, lovely shooting pain in my... I suppose it's like a vlog thing. My hair's really shit today. I washed it yesterday and it's gone like straw. It's gone like straw. I used Head and Shoulders, which it says it's supposed to be moisturising, but makes my hair go like straw. It looks like it hasn't been washed in about a month. Just the top bit though, this like feels moist and fine, but the top bit feels like straw. It always has. My hair's always like that. It doesn't matter what shampoo I use or conditioner, it always is just dry and like straw and falls out. Although not so much lately. It did like a couple of months ago. You know. Sorry, so I'm not exactly sure where I was up to last time when I had to cut off. Messes with their hair. I used to use it every week when I washed my hair, but lately I've been using a different shampoo, which was better until it started irritating the shit out of my scalp. So I switched to Head and Shoulders just for like one time, and it felt better. Brad's texted me, but I don't know what to say. It's okay. Sorry about that, everyone. Right now, I'm using the blonde, sheer blonde, I think it's called, John Frieda one, for highlights and shit. That worked a couple of times. My hair seemed to be better when I used both the shampoo and conditioner. But yesterday, I just used Head and Shoulders with the John Frieda conditioner. It's gone quiet. I don't know where I was up to. It's gone silent. That's not good. Right. So I'm gonna try and turn this over so I don't get a splinter or something. What is what I'm talking about? It's not the different way up on the different side. To cook. Oh, 220, okay. Jeremiah throwing the baby. Yep. That's that boy. What is it? Why are you just saying this now? I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up if this stupid thing. Okay. Once upon a time, I decided to complain about PC crap. Yeah, Jack, the boy. That boy. Having his way with the Jeremiah's daughter and then producing a baby. That's right. No, that's microwave, you idiot! You're not really supposed to call yourself an idiot, but oh well. I'm so used to it now. It just feels right. And Jack throwing the baby. Well, that boy. Yeah, that's what Jeremiah calls him, just that boy, because he doesn't like him. Well, babies are bouncy, so don't worry. When he threw the baby in my thoughts, he was all right. Don't worry. He was all right. And Jeremiah did scoop up the baby and shout at the boy. Shout at the boy. I really should have a script for these bloody videos, shouldn't I? Okay. The point I wanted to make is that it's so in the last one, the conclusion sort of thing was that it was really hard to talk to people when you can say innocent words and they get offended and then block you if it's online, of course. I've never actually, well, I have offended people in real life, but they've not reacted like that. Well, if they do react like that online, then they block you. And then act all, like this person acted all condescending, as you know. But it just happens a lot, apparently. And it's like, well, I am technically a member of those people now, like the LGBT community. But to be honest, because like I say, in my last one, I said, well, if before I was like seeking them out, sort of, not really seeking them out, but if I saw one that was like me, that seemed like me, a trans male, I would talk to them, like deliberately. Because I thought it would be nice to talk to someone who I had some stuff in common with, that it would be cool, and they seemed like cool people. And you know, it's good. But now I'm like, well, if they're going to be like that with me, and it's like that one said, that person said, oh, you know, I'm just telling you for the next time you talk to trans men or trans people. I mean, maybe I should have just said, oh, okay, thank you. You know, oh, yes, okay, I made a mistake. I'm a terrible person. Yes, Kev, I'm trans male. And it's like this person got offended not only by the word natural, but also by the word boobs. And said, oh, well, you shouldn't, when referring to a transgender, you shouldn't call them boobs, you should call them chest. And I'm just letting you know and informing you for the next time you talk to trans people. And I'm like, good, I'm trans, mate. First of all, I don't get offended by the word boobs. Like, if someone talked about my boobs, I wouldn't really be offended by that, because that's what they are. But also, it's like, I'm not I said, oh, you should call it chest instead. I'm like, I'm not calling it chest. So I said to him, I said, oh, but I don't want to walk on eggshells, mate. And then he blocked me. So, okay. It's like, well, if I have to walk on eggshells, if this is how you have to talk to these people, yeah, acknowledging reality is transphobic. Yeah, so like acknowledging that they had boobs at one point, or they still do have boobs, is ignoring reality, and also saying it's not natural is ignoring reality. It's like, well, I didn't say that. I said, what the hell? Sorry, sorry. I thought my gums were bleeding. It's not. I'm trans, and I don't deny that I am naturally a female, even though you know, it does kind of offend me. Like if someone called me a female in any way, I would get pissed off. But I don't really deny it. Like I used to as a teenager. Any sort of acknowledgement. Huh? Any sort of acknowledgement I would get offended at, like proper offended. So I kind of get them a little bit. If they're in the mindset that I used to be. Sorry. The chat distracted me. Just pops up. But anyway, so I kind of get it. So I understand, but it's this is how it is. This is the name of that, and you know, it's technically not like it's not natural. I don't read it like that. It just sound offensive, but it's not like I said it in innocence. It's not like I said, oh, it's not natural. Oh, it's disgusting. You should not do that. You know that's offensive. But the way I said it wasn't offensive. It's like, oh, well, you know. I mean, I wish I hadn't said it. To be honest, it was just I only said it out of fear. Like I thought putting because I was all over that shit, you know. I was all over the idea of, oh yes, I'm good. I get scared, like when people say certain things, I get scared. He said that, oh, it can shorten your life, and I thought, oh my god. So I get scared. Said, oh, it's how, you know, your body might not react to it very well. And I'm like, oh well, maybe it's not good to mess with nature. And I just meant like maybe my body is nature. Like, it, you know, if it's female, putting something that's not female in your body, like that's testosterone, is going against nature a little bit, because it will change your body, and your body might react to it in a bad way, just like medications would. Medications are not natural. So your body is made up a certain way, and then you put a medication in your body, and your body might react badly to it because it's a foreign entity, it's a foreign body, and your body will naturally try and fight against it. I'm not saying that that's why testosterone will shorten your life, by the way. I'm just saying that here's an example. So if you're female, right, and you're trans male, so you want to be male. If you gain the knowledge that putting testosterone in your body will shorten your life, which is naturally longer because you're a female, why would you want to risk that? Is all I'm saying. For me, personally. I'm saying it to me. So if you know this fact, you know, it's your decision to choose. So my decision is, on hearing this, is no. I'm going to have to just stay naturally female but identify as male and be okay with that. And that's fine, you know. If somebody else wants to, you know, go the full hog and have testosterone to shorten their life, then that is also fine. But I'm just saying, you know, I'm just making a point that that's why I said what I said about going against nature or whatever. It's not like I'm actually judging people who do it. Is it? I mean, how is that me judging? I'm not really judging them. I'm sort of judging myself and my body. Like, I don't want to shorten my life. And like TK Talk says, also testosterone makes you go bald. So I don't want to risk, because my dad is going bald. So, I mean, he was only like 50 odd when he started to go bald, and I might end up going bald too if it's like in the family. So I don't want to, and also I don't actually want to start growing a beard, because that means I have to buy like a load of more products, and I'm like poor at the moment, so it means I'd have to buy, and that would, you know, I already have like a ton of shit to do. It's like adding one more thing to my day, having to shave every day. Because if I decide to not bother with it and just grow a beard, it's just going to irritate, because you know, I get very irritated around here, so you know, growing a beard's going to irritate the shit out of me. So it's not going to help my eczema. Or what if, you know, I mean, I don't know how testosterone would react to someone who's got eczema. I mean, maybe it would make my eczema better, actually, because all the boys that I've ever known or heard about that have got eczema, they've all grown out of their eczema like quite early in life. Either for the rest of their life or for longer. So you never know, it might help me in some ways. Like taking testosterone might help me in some ways, who knows? But I just don't want to risk it, you know. For all I know, taking testosterone might be the best decision ever. Because it'd be like, oh, maybe it'll make me immune to everything. Maybe it'll make me stronger, so I'll stop having backache. And, you know, stop having these problems down here. I don't know. I mean, you know, it might be really great. Who knows? Anyway, not the point. I'm supposed to be talking about PC stuff. Sorry. But I'm just explaining why I said what I said. That it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't an offensive statement. It wasn't me insulting the person. It was me sort of having a conversation. Like, I was trying to talk normally. And when I say that, it's where you can talk openly. Do you know what I mean? So you talk openly about your concerns and your issues with a certain thing. Like a mature person, instead of getting offended by what people say, you sort of talk about it like mature adults, is what I was trying to do with this person, and the point I'm making on this live stream, or trying to. Sorry, I sort of go off piste. But the point I'm trying to make is, I would rather talk to people who, although I might say something that could be considered offensive, but they will take it as it's supposed to be, which is just me saying stuff. And maybe not mean, because I don't mean it to be offensive. It's just me saying stuff openly and talking about something, hoping that the other person I'm talking to will be mature enough to realize that I'm not saying it I'm not deliberately saying it in an offensive way, and I'm trying to make a point, or I'm trying to talk about me and my views, or my concerns, or my fears. And I like to do that because everyone keeps talking about safe spaces. That's the thing with social justice warriors, is this whole safe spaces thing. And I don't feel like I have that when I talk to people, because I want to talk openly. Yeah. I mean, there are words that offend me, but no one's gonna stop saying it for me. It's like when I go out, people just assume I'm female, and people don't ask me my. People just talk normally when you go out. They see me, they see my long hair, they see my sort of soft facial features. I may wear a bit of makeup. My clothes are kind of girly-ish. I say. I try and dress as manly as I can without going, like scruffy. I mainly dress like smart male, which in this day and age is considered like more female dress, like more girly. So like me wearing sort of what I consider to be like male shirts, but they're sort of kind of frilly and stuff, but they're like the 17th century style, where people will just assume that, oh, it's a blouse, or it's feminine, or you're female. And it's like, people don't worry about that sort of thing. When I go out and about, people don't. And even when somebody did say something to me and I did correct them, and I said, actually, I identify as male and trans male, they don't even apologize. They don't say, oh, I'm so sorry. They don't. They just go, oh, right, okay. That's it. They're not apologetic. People don't ask your pronouns. They don't feel guilty if they misgender you or mispronoun you. They don't. People just, in real life, outside of the whole social justice warrior community, and these supposed safe spaces, I say, because even within these safe spaces, you're so limited on what you can and can't say. I don't even know all the things you can and can't say. And I say something accidentally and someone jumps down my throat and stuff. I don't need this. I want to be able to talk openly without people getting all upset with me for no reason when I'm ignorant. I don't know. And you probably say, oh, ignorance is no excuse, you should know these things. And I'm like, it's funny because I don't always hear about these things. Like, some things I do hear about and some things I don't. Walking minefield. Yeah, it is walking on eggshells. It's a walk on minefield. It's really hard, and I don't think it should be this way, especially when these particular people are always going on about free speech and they're always going on about safe spaces. And yeah, I don't feel safe talking to them. I don't feel secure talking to them. I don't feel like I have free speech when talking to them. When I talk to normal people, when I say normal people, I mean non-social justice warrior people, non-liberals, non-far left people, I do feel more like I can speak openly and I feel normal. Like, TK Talks and Brad and even Richard, who is actually quite far left. I actually feel more like I can be open with these people and talk, and they don't take everything I say out of context and get all offended everything I say. And that's good. I feel safe. I do feel more, like I'm able to talk without getting shouted at or blocked or whatever. The word offensive offends me. Yeah, it does. I hate it. It would need like special doctor's consultation with regular blood tests, once using hormones, even like talking, giving testosterone to male or estrogen to female. I could do, but I feel like I could. I don't know. I feel like I'm wasting their time. I just want to try. I'm actually trying more to find something to make myself feel good overall more often. It could. I mean, a friend. I do have a trans friend who's trans female, actually, who again is easier to. I met one trans was really on Phoebe, actually, and that person got offended by everything I said. It was awful. But that's like the first one. It's like talking to a brick wall with that person, trying to explain myself, which I shouldn't have to. But yeah, I got in trouble with that person. But the other person that I talked to, which is a lot more nicer to get on with, because that person I consider a normal person. There you go. When I say normal people, I don't mean non-minorities or non-liberals or non-social justice warriors or like, you know, straight, white, or whatever, cisgender. When I say normal, I don't mean those people. When I say normal, I mean nice people who are tolerant and not judgmental and accepting, and that allow you to have a normal, civilized, grown-up, mature conversation. That's normal people to me. It doesn't matter what their race, their gender, their sexuality, so on and so forth is. If they're nice people who, you know, are mature and civilized, that's a normal person to me. And then you get what I call weird people, weirdos. There's two types of weirdos in my book, in my sort of language, in my world. There's the good kind of weirdo, and then there's the bad kind of weirdo. So I'll say this blah blah weirdo, like, oh, I only ever seem to attract weirdos. And that's the bad kind, usually. And I say, well, I don't mind attracting weirdos as long as the good kind of weirdo. The good kind of weirdo is just somebody who's harmless and that sort of thing. Or they're into dressing up. That's a normal weirdo. A not normal weirdo is just someone who's like like either the kind I mentioned before, who get offended by every little thing, or the kind that is creepy. It's creepy. Just a, you know, a creepy weirdo, like someone who just wants to talk to you about sex even though you're a perfect stranger. Because, you know, you get them, don't you? You know, like the creepy PM. There you go, creepy people. So the creepy weirdos, they're the bad kind, the creepy weirdos. And then you got the normal weirdos, who are technically normal, civilized people, but they're into more weird things. Like, I guess being into furries is considered weird. Like anything that's minority, I suppose, would be considered weird. Mostly. It's like I'm obviously not like the right kind of weird. The right kind of weird. It's like these kids that judge me. It's like all of them are weird in my book. So they accept weirdos like me because I've had them in their gangs before. Like that boy who's like full on boy, but he had like full makeup on and eyelashes, which again, you know, your people say, oh, that's not weird, that's it's like, well, it is kind of, because I don't see that often. It's weird because I don't see it often. It's like I've said this before, it's kind of more normal girls dressing as blokes, because you see that all the time. Even non-trans or lesbians, you see just you know, cisgender, cis straight women dressing up as men and maybe having short hair. So that's more sort of common, we'll say. Well, it's more common, it's more ordinary. You see that every day. So it is hard to sometimes figure out if someone's trans, male, or lesbian when even cisgender females, straight females, dress like men as well. But if you saw, it's unusual to see a man dressed as a woman. So if you see a man dressed up as a woman, you think, oh, he's probably trans female, you know, or a transvestite. There you go. So they're a transvestite or the trans female. It's easy to identify because it's not as you don't just see like men going around dressed in dresses and skirts and makeup and stuff. So if you were to see that, you would say it's weird because it's not something you see ordinary. But if I said that to someone, they might take me wrong and say, weird, oh, that's offensive. You calling the weird. It's like, it's not really offensive. I say it's weird because it's not usual. It's unusual. So it's easy to say it's weird. It's like, do you know in German, there is no word for straight. Do you want to know what they call straight people in German? Normal. Normal is straight in German. So it probably changed now, but when I talked to this German woman who was teaching me German, I said, so what's gay in German? I can't remember what it was now, actually. But I said, what's gay in German? So she told me the name of gay, what gay is. And I said, what's straight in German? And she just said, it's normal. So it's like in their language, it's just straight or normal. Straight or normal. Gay or normal, I mean. There's no straight because straight is just normal. Because it's the norm, it's the usual. Like the majority of people are straight. So the majority is normal, and they're not majority. The minority is not normal or weird. Weird is the opposite of normal, isn't it? It just means it's more unusual. It's not really offensive. It's just unusual. It's less common. Anything that's less common is probably considered weird. I was always considered weird. I was always in my mind, I was always normal. I didn't look odd. I didn't think I acted odd for a child. I mean, like I was probably a little bit. I was very energetic. I was very outgoing as a child. I was very loud, mainly because I was deaf in one ear. So I did shout a lot, and I got told to a lot, which pissed me off. I grew up hating people going shh at me because I heard that all throughout my childhood. I hated it. So apart from being a bit loud and a bit bouncy, I really think I was weird. But everybody always treated me like I was weird. My mum told me to leave the room, so I got up and left the room. This social worker came. And then it went, is there something wrong with her? I was like, oh, okay. So apparently it's weird for someone to tell a child to get up and leave the room, and for the child to do it, and that's considered there's something wrong with that child. I don't know what I mean. I was like, because at the time it was that same day I was like 4 or some shit. Probably a bit older than that, but I was quite young at the time, 4 or 5, and my mum was like, my mum told me about it afterwards, and I was like, what did you say? I actually can't remember what she said, but I told my mum, I was like, if I was you, I would have said, why do you think there is something wrong with her? How very dare you accuse my child? That's what normal parents would do. But I don't think she did. I would be dead offended. I would be offended by that. That is an insult to say there's something wrong with me. So, so I would do that if I was her. But I don't think she did. I don't know what she said. I have no clue because I didn't even know because I was listening the whole time. I was upstairs and I was listening in. And I didn't hear them say that. I didn't hear her say this. So my mum had to tell me afterwards. But then something else happened. I was like, again, probably like 4. And I was wearing this wig, this glitter wig. And because I was wearing this glitter wig, the idiot, this woman, went, oh, is there something wrong with her? It's like, eek. I don't remember that, but she told me that afterwards. It's like so rude. It's like, I'm a child wearing a glitter wig. How's that weird? How's that? Oh, how does that mean there's something wrong with me? It's quite strange. I just had our own conversation. Phoebe is quite dumpster fire going on. Yes. I always thought it was quite a nice place until this happened. Kev said something, but he deleted his thing. What did he say? Okay. Matrix do temps. Look it up. It's amazing. Kids have more energy, and that is normal. There's something wrong with it just because it's acting like a normal child. So I don't actually know why people kept saying that about me. And then there's the whole issue of people like my mum saying, well, you didn't show signs of being trans when you were like out of the womb, so it doesn't count and it's just a phase. Look, why are people not allowed to have phases? Why does it mean it's not legitimate just because someone changes their mind and decides something to be something or whatever? Like, what if someone seemed to be straight for a while, but then they come out as gay one day, and they think, oh, well, that's weird. I don't like that you anymore. I don't like that you anymore. I don't like you anymore. You're rubbish. You're not legitimate. You're fake or something. It's like, why can't someone maybe possibly have been living a lie all those years and then have realized that they are a certain thing now? It's like, maybe I just realized now at 12 years old that I'm trans male. And then, of course, I further discredited myself by deciding to be a girl at 19 until now, and then decide to come out as trans male now. It's like, maybe I was living a lie all these years. You don't know. You can't say, oh, well, you're not legitimate because you've not consistently been, what's the word, like out as trans male all these years, and you're just shit. You're fake. It's like that with the Therian thing. When I first entered the Therian community, they assumed I was fake because I didn't act a certain way, and I said probably things wrong, and I acted wrong, I guess. And they thought I was fake. And it's like, oh, maybe I'm just new to the community. In this case, I'm not, though. It's weird, because I'm not really new to the whole transgender community, because I've been trans since I was 12, but it's changed. So if I said the wrong thing in sort of ignorance, so excuse me, it doesn't make me fake, or it doesn't make me illegitimate. Just because I've used the wrong terminology for your liking. But I just think it should be easier to talk to people. I just feel, like I say, feeling like you're walking on eggshells is not really a good thing. Shitting on any kind of minority people, but they can't shit on you for getting something wrong, for getting a terminology wrong or a language wrong, or saying a word. It's like that person said, oh, you should have like asked first to talk about a certain thing. Like, that's not how conversations go. They don't ask. It's like people saying about consent with things like sex or kissing or whatever. It's like people don't do that in real life. I've never actually seen somebody ask to have sex first or to kiss someone first. They just do it. And the body language sort of tells you when they want to do it or not. You know, because they probably say no, slap you, pull away, whatever. But I've never actually heard anybody ask the question and then give consent in real life, even when having sex. It's not like I'm in everybody's house and see it going on, or wherever they do it. It's just like, well, my because I'm not with like other people all the time when they decide to have sex. Or my only reference is like in movies and stuff. In movies and TV series is where there's going to be sexual things happening. I don't actually see them say, oh, may I have sex with you? Yes, you may. Okay. I don't see people doing that. They just sort of do it, don't they? Just like animals. They do it. They just do it. And they think, oh, well, animals can't give consent. I'm like, yes, they can. With body language. And this was a whole bestiality subject. People took me out of context with this one. Apparently I'm a bestiality person now because unfortunately I said the thing about consent. So there was this picture drawn and it was of a My Little Pony character having sex with a wolf creature. Found out on DeviantArt or something like that. And it was on top of the My Little Pony. And they were going on about it being bestiality because the My Little Pony character is like human-y, even though it's like on all fours and it's like a normal pony, apart from the fact that it emotes like a human and can talk and thinks more like a human. But the wolf-like character was a real-life wolf, I guess. Like a is it sentient? Human-like. And then normal animals are just like, they can't express like animals. They express like animals. They don't talk and think like a human. That was a discussion. They said, oh, well, so because I've always obviously known that bestiality is bad and wrong and disgusting. But someone explained why it was bad. Like they were having a discussion that it's bestiality because one character, the My Little Pony, is more human-like and is more, what's the word, like able to consent and is sort of more responsible, if you will, and the other one's not. The other one's just acting on instincts and isn't thinking about it and isn't consenting. And they're saying, oh, well, the issue with bestiality is that animals can't consent. Then I was confused. I thought, that's not the reason why bestiality is bad. I mean, what do you guys think? In my book, again, this is my opinion, it might be wrong. Scientifically, it might be wrong, but I thought that bestiality was bad and illegal and shit, and frowned upon. All of that shit. Because the two separate species and it's kind of gross and weird. You know? And if a human was to have babies with some kind of animal, the babies, if they had babies, it would be, I don't know, something bad would happen. Like it would be some kind of mutant or whatever, and it would have lots of things wrong with it. It's like health problems and mental problems, and because the genes are too different, and also it's weird and gross. I thought that was the reason why bestiality was bad, but apparently, according to these people, bestiality is bad because of the consent thing. I was like, what? I never knew that. Weird, I guess, in that sense that an animal doesn't think like a human does. But I didn't think that was the issue. So I just put my 2 pennyworth in. And because of me saying about this, because I actually said that animals can actually consent, but they consent with their own language, body language. It's like animals can say no, can't they? Like if you see 2 animals trying to have sex, one's trying to have sex with the other one, this animal will attack it and say, no, I don't want it to go away, or they'll run away. That's how they say no. And they consent by saying, yes, do me, and putting their arse up in the air and shit, or rubbing themselves all over the male, you know, that sort of thing. So that's how they consent. So they do and can consent. Because I said this, they thought I was pro-bestiality, and I'm like, no, that is not what I mean, you idiot. You know, I just meant that that's not the issue. It's not the consent thing that's the issue. It's the other shit that's the issue. I was trying to be tech animal because, oh, you know, animals can consent to a human. It's like, no, I'm not saying that at all. And they were like, oh, you're furry. And I was like, yes. They're like, oh. It's like, no, I'm not saying. I meant with each other, they consent to each other having sex. Animals can consent to another animal having sex with it. Do you know what I mean? So if the 2 dogs, the female gave consent to the male to have sex with it with body language. I didn't mean, oh yes, they can consent to humans having sex with it. It's like, no, I didn't mean it that way. So they got me so talking about this miscommunication, like. So you say something completely innocent and they think you mean something else. It's like, ugh, so stupid. Yeah. Let's see what you're saying now. Kid, ADHD. Gonna stream at 8 instead. I think shall do makeup so I can relax into it easier. Okay, that's a great idea. Today's like, kid have more energy. KD has IDD, needs medication. Yeah, it's just a load of sugar. Also, I showed signs of wanting to be male my whole childhood, but I'm still a girl today. I am identifying as robot. I identify as robot sun god prince. That is my identity that I identify as. No, I'm serious. Please call me Your Highness. That's my pronouns. My pronouns are Lord, Your Highness, Your Majesty, Boss, he, him, his, okay? That's my pronouns and titles. Just to let you guys know. Well, TK Talk, no offense, but you'd make an absolutely spiffing male. Because you're so tall and big and huge. That's a good thing. And you got the small chest that I always wanted. And you got the bigger hips. I love a male with the bigger hips. Please be a man. I mean, people can found their true sexuality in any point in life. That's correct. This person was really nice and understanding when talking and asking me questions. Who? I don't know what you're on about. I mean, never talking human that had gone through that before. What? Also, LeMayo, animal human mutants is a terrifying thought. I would love that actually, furries for real. But yeah, I think I mean nature, like God, should make us more cool and look more animal human hybrid like. I think we should evolve to look more awesome like animals, like have nice cool ears and wings and shit and tails. I think that'd be awesome. But not these horrible yucky like flesh tails, but like fluffy puffy tails with fur on them and everything. I think that would be cooler. I think humans have got a pretty shit deal looks wise, and also we have a disadvantage in other ways too. Like the God really dropped the ball on us. I don't know why we look like this and have like not a good sense of smell and hearing and shit. I don't and can't run as fast. I don't know why we are so shit. We don't have built-in clothes like animals do. But yeah, I don't get how animals can't consent, especially if they're the ones fucking you. Exactly. They've obviously consented because they're just doing it. So that's a bit more than just consenting. Stalin tried that on Soviet Union's 1950. Okay. Created human ape hybrid soldiers. Was there any success? I don't think so. Yeah. Oh no, there wouldn't be, would there? I have seen the result of human sheep hybrids. They're mainly sheep, like lambs, but they've got human faces. It looks kind of like. Have you seen the Endless Forest game with these deers? And they're mainly deers, but they've got human faces. It's actually pretty cool. But they didn't live very long. Obviously, it was the result of, because sometimes men do have sex with sheep and shit. So we think it's the result of that. They don't survive for some reason. Because the genes are too different, I suppose. So it doesn't work. I suppose it doesn't work. But not sure that it's not like this. I don't think it suffers though. It's just the concept of it is gross, I guess. It's a bit weird. But I mean, this might be controversial, but like if someone is attracted to an animal, surely that's okay, as long as they don't do anything about it. Like you can't really judge them if they don't do anything about it. I don't know. I think man-faced lambs have cyclops syndrome. Sheep don't usually have eyes on the front of their face. Fetishes or sexual preferences that they like, as long as they don't act on them always. Like only act on it if it's ethical and normal and whatever. Whatever. It's like, you might be into a certain thing that's not ethical, but as long as you don't do it, that's okay. Like there was I knew this bloke, and he got really excited when somebody punched this old man, and he was like drooling and everything, and my mum was like freaked out. So automatically they're like, "Oh, you're a bad person because you're obviously like violence." It's like, what if they're just into it, but they would never act on it? So anyway, going back to the main sort of subject, it's just some out there topics, isn't it? Going back to the main subjects, yes. If somebody decides that they are trans male or female or whatever later on in life, I don't think that it should be discredited just because, you know, just because they have come out later in life or showed signs later in life. I don't think that should discredit them. But it did for my mum. That was enough for my mum to say that she didn't really believe me, because it's not like she poo-pooed it completely. She just said, see how you feel at 18 before doing anything. Like as if I was actually going to do full-on transitioning by 18. But if I was to come out as trans to my mum now, it would definitely be discredited, because, you know, I've been sort of accepting as a girl for all these years, and then just going to her now and telling her, it'd be like, she definitely wouldn't believe me. I'm going to put the pie on now. Sorry, it's probably weird topics. It's better to explain these things here and now rather than in text, because I think people take things out of context in text. So being able to explain things in a video or in person is a lot easier than doing it, especially if people don't have time to like listen to you in person. I find texting easier because people don't really have. It's like if I was to argue with someone in real life about certain things, they would not really listen properly because they'd be constantly interrupting you trying to argue their point. But I find text arguing is easier because they're gonna listen, as in they're gonna read what you're saying. But then they still take it out of context. But you still go away feeling frustrated because nobody learns anything. This smells really bad. It's been going on for a while now. I can definitely smell the electrical smell. No subject should be talked about. Yeah, I don't see why, even if they're controversial, or it makes you sound like an arse-eater. Oh shit, I'm not supposed to be doing that, am I? I'm gonna cut myself, aren't I? Right, how do you... So am I supposed to... I think this is gonna be worse, I don't know. I can't even do this, help. I think I'm gonna... Is it even done properly? I can't even lift that. Help! What do I do? This is worse. There you are, Roberto. These people. I can't do it. Did she do the whole thing? When she can open this damn thing, I kind of want to use my hands, but I'm going to get paper cutted, aren't I? I'm going to get sliced. But if I admit that I'm only just doing it now, Mom's going to shout at me anyway, isn't she? Or should I just chance it and do it? What if I do this? See, I feel like I'm going to injure myself more this way. How about that? Yeah, that's Old Man Have You Ever Seen? It's Phalus. He did that. Phalus. He does it better than me. He watched my videos. I've got some on Instagram. I've got, not Instagram, what's it called? TikTok. I've got a new one. I had to because I can't sign into my other one. So I've put these videos on. But I haven't done the one with the No, I can't do it. Look. Can you see? Right, yeah, that one, okay. Okay, yep. As you can see, I can't open this. It's like as if I can't admit to my mum that I've not done this because she thinks that I'm doing food right now. So if I admit that I've not even started the pie yet, she's gonna moan at me. She has not opened this! Come on! I would tell you my new TikTok, but I what if all the weirdos, actual weirdos, are watching this from around here? Seriously, what am I gonna do? I don't think she has done it! You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna can open it again. I don't think she's really done it. I don't think she's done it. Come on, man. I think that's the problem. I don't think it's been can opened properly. Oh, for God's sake. So I'm gonna do it again. Hopefully this will work. Come on. Oh dear. Nope. Help. 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 Nope. It's. Oh, there we go. That's not. Oh, it is. Well, it still needs to come off properly. There, finally. No, it's still attached. I don't want to mess with this too much because I really don't want to. Oh, there we go, finally. Right, so I can just leave them. Wow, that was a lot more difficult than it should be. Now, do I put it on the top or what? I don't really know. I don't really know if I'm supposed to put it on the bottom or. I'm just going to put it on the 20 odd million minutes. I'll just do it for 10 minutes. There we go. Finally, geez, that was. Okay, I'm gonna veg. I'm gonna put the veg on now. And I'm gonna get changed. My mum's gonna kill me because it's already dead late. I have to get changed. It's been a long video. And I was supposed to show you my art and shit for so well. Yes, thank you, Issa. For those people who are going on about my belly videos and why don't you do belly videos anymore and shit, even though I've explained it about a million times, I've even got videos, even probably titled that, but people still keep asking me, what do we do with the belly videos anymore? It really occurred to me of certain things till people point it out. Hello? Guess what, everybody? So I was thinking, this, you know, in movies and shit, and films and TV series, there's never any characters called Jeremiah. So I've been trying to figure out, like, what movies I've watched in the past where there has been a character called Jeremiah. It is weird. That same day that I was thinking about it, me and my mum were perusing through films because my mum was trying to find a film called Thoroughly Modern Millie because she wanted to watch. She'd seen it advertised. She wanted to watch it again. When we were perusing through the things, there was actually a film called Jeremiah Johnson, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Weird. I've never heard of that before. I remember this. Who was it now? I can't remember if it was Saberspark or the other one, Phelan Porteous. But he was reviewing this film, and he said that such a body had voiced such a body, and it showed the IMDb or whatever, and it said he's voiced Jeremiah in this film. And so I looked up the film and I couldn't find it. What was it called? Grizzly Hill or something, Grizzly Mountain or something. But I couldn't find it. And then I found a film with Jeremiah Johnson, which is pretty much the same character, but a film about him instead of, I guess, Grizzly Adams. I guess Grizzly Adams. Film was about. So yeah, I found that. God, that is a terrible spell. Help, help, help. How about this? That's funny. My mum can't even do that. She goes, ugh. She can't even make her voice make that noise. I don't even know how to describe it. Support the boss with the can opening. Yeah. So let's see. All right, so there was Princess Diaries. In Princess Diaries, there was a character called Jeremiah, but he was in it for like 2 seconds and mentioned about 2 seconds, and that was it. And then it was oh, you think that was it? Oh, you think that was it? Like, great. Fabulous. Okay, I'm gonna go now because it's getting really it's a shame. Loads of views. It's a shame I'm gonna go, but it's been a very long live stream and it's time for thingy. But I'll show you the art real quick, I suppose. Sorry I didn't get to draw. There's nothing on that pad, so you're okay. You didn't really miss anything. There's one on here. Where's the character? If you haven't seen, this Jack. It's cute. And I've got one more picture. I'm trying to be really careful with him because I've not laminated him, so here we go. He's cute. He's got a cute fluffy puffy tail. Have you seen the baby? He's got a fluffy tail. When I showed my mum, she thought that was a sporran. Look, that's a baby with a fluffy tail dangling down. And I added the paw dangling down as well, just today. Okay. Original of him that got ruined in the laminator thing. So again, see you guys later, fluff puffer for puffers. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and support me and